Hi, it's Angel Shaver, Stampin' Up Independent Demonstrator from Kansas, and this is March online class featuring the Animal Outing Stamp Set, Week 2. And what we'll be making this week is I'm actually casing myself. I had made this card with some products that have been retired, and so I've revamped the card, and it is using the Animal Outing stamp set, and so we will be creating this today. And I just wanted to make sure that you all know this is the last month of celebration, and there have been 3 different releases of celebration products. So if you wanted to get your hands on any of those for free, you only have a couple of more weeks to make that happen. Place an order of $50 in $50 increments in the United States, and you can earn at least a level 1 product for free. Make sure you get a hold of me and I will help you place your order. I will help you pick things that get up to the $50 level. If you need any help, you can reach me at angelstamps@hotmail.com or angelstamps1.blogspot.com, or you can leave a message here on YouTube or on Facebook, either one. Wherever you're watching this video, just leave me a message and I'll get back to you. This is a card we will be making. It was made using Wild Wasabi cardstock and ink, which are both retired. So I have chosen to use Highland Heather cardstock and ink, and the Designer Series paper is retired Designer Series paper from the 2017 to 2019 in colors, and I have chosen a pattern from the animal, I don't remember what this is called, but this is the paper that goes with the Animal Outing stamp set. So if you can't find it, just let me know and I can look it up for you. First thing we're going to do is fold the cardstock in half. I had a piece of 4 1/4 by 11 cardstock, and when I fold it, it makes a card that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm going to just put it to the side because I also have a couple of Whisper White cardstock pieces cut at 4 by 5 1/4, one for the inside of the card and one for the outside. And I'm going to do the outside first. Here is my piece of Designer Series paper. I cut it at 4 by 3 1/2, and then I trimmed it at an angle using my Stampin' trimmer. And I'm just going to glue that onto the card front. Okay. And we will be stamping a sentiment on there, but I think I'm going to stamp my animals first. We'll get those done. And I have chosen to use my tree branch with the little frog is sitting on it. And we are going to stamp that using the crumb cake ink. I'm hoping this will work out, or else I'll have to get a bigger piece of paper and do it over again. Flip it over. That's how you work things that don't turn out quite the way you want them to the first time. Okay. And then I will also be doing a third square for the front of my card using a leaf, a bird on the leaves. So, close this up, and we are going to get the Highland Heather out and ready. And this bird is actually from the Pick a Pennant stamp set. There are a lot of stamp sets right now that have some pretty cute little birds. And so just pick your favorite, and then we will put it on the branch, and there we have our bird. Now I'm going to color in these designs with my blender pens and my watercolor pencils. So first thing I'll do is take out my pencils. I'm going to use the early espresso pencil from the watercolor pencils set 1. And then I will want, my garden green pencil from set 2. And I think I will do my bird in some balmy blue, which is also from watercolor pencil set 2. Just moving some things around to make more room. And I can see that on my sample, I went through and outlined my different shapes with the watercolor pencils, and then drew with a blender pen. Sorry, that is my dog with a root beer bottle that he's wanting me to play with. And he doesn't understand why I'm not really able to play right now. And then we'll outline the frog because we'll be pulling in some color for the frog as well. It will be getting the frog off of this second branch, but I did want to do the leaves. I'm using my blender pen to just draw the color throughout the entire leaf. Throwing watercolor pencils on the floor. That's not good. Okay, and then I will be using the Early Espresso pencil to bring some color into the branch. I'll just follow that up with my blender pen to make sure it goes where I want it to. And my final coloring will be taking place with my bird. And I think I will be using the Balmy Blue, which is not the color that we stamped the bird in, but for one thing, I don't have a Highland Heather pencil, but I also thought a bluebird is more what I would like to have. And I think while I'm doing this, I will grab a pencil to get the beak colored in. Maybe a little crushed curry. All right. Now we're going to see how well this worked out. And I am going to put my stamping surface to the side and grab my Big Shot. And we are going to use the stitched shape framelits to cut 3 little squares out. This is too big. There's got to be a smaller square in here. Let's see if I can find it. I think I see it. Okay, there is the smaller square. We are going to line that up and cut out some images. There's the bird. I thought we might need to stamp another branch, and that's okay. We will just see here in a minute. Okay, there's my bird, and next is the frog. And we will need to stamp another image. So we have more leaf to play with when we're cutting it out. So let me grab another piece. And my branch and the crumb cake ink. And I know we are not going to have the frog for this one. So we will just color in the branches and the leaves. I'm looking at where I put my leaf. There it is. I hit it. I am going to go ahead. I have no idea how many of these leaves we'll be using. So I'm just going to color them all in. Coloring in the leaves. And the reason I color on my grid paper every time is to make sure my blender pen is cleaned off. Then I will set my stamping surface aside and bring my Big Shot back up to cut out the final square that we're going to be using. And there we have it. I'll bring my stamping surface back, and we're going to finish the stamping we need to do for our card and then put it all together. So on the card front, where we put the designer series paper, we will be stamping I'm going to move these up here and put my chamois over here so that I can clean off my stamps as we go. Okay, we will be stamping the Wild About You sentiment. So we're using the Highland Heather ink for the rest of our stamping. I probably should have done this before putting the designer series paper on there, but it worked out. Whew. You never know what you're gonna get. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside of the card while we're stamping with the Highland Heather. And I have the Together We Make a Great Pair sentiment. Along with, there are some really cute birds on this card, both on the designer series paper and up on the branch. So I'm going to use the stamp of the rhino with the bird on his horn for the interior of this card. We have it. We'll close up the ink before I lay something in it that I don't want in it. And I'm going to clean off my rhino. And then we will put the card together. We'll glue the card inside. Inside this card. And then we'll get the card front ready for the front of the card. Alright, and the last thing I'm going to do is lay out my squares. We're going to attach them with dimensionals once I have them where I want them. Must have a little bit of the glue on my finger. There, I like that look. And I love the extra birds on this card. It just gives it an additional pop of color. And there you have it. The card for week 2 of the March Online class using the Animal Outing stamp set. So I hope you enjoyed putting that card together, and there's the inside. And don't forget, celebration only runs through the end of March. So make sure you get stocked up on the amazing celebration items that you are wanting to add to your collection. And I will see you all on Facebook Live next Thursday at 4 p.m. Central Time. Bye.